Okay, welcome to Back to School Night, Glasgow Middle School, Tuesday, September 29th, 2020. I would just like to welcome you to Health and Physical Education. My name is Donna Tollefson, and I teach 6th grade Health and Physical Education. And I would like to welcome each and every one of you. It's been a joy getting to know your students. And once again, we'd like to welcome you to Glasgow Middle School. Right here, you will see a slide that says YouTube translation. That means that we have, you are able to get the translation from YouTube in Spanish and also in Arabic. So once again, welcome to Health and Physical Education, 6th grade. My first name is Donna, my last name is Tollefson. And I'm very pleased to be teaching your students this year. So on the top of this slide, you will see Mrs. Tollefson and also my email that you can use, dltollefson@fcps.edu. Just a few things about me. I grew up in Brazil. That led me to speak Portuguese fluently. So I was actually born in the United States. But when I was 10 years old, I went to Brazil. And so therefore, I was privileged to get to know a different culture and to learn fluent Portuguese. I also learned Spanish since all the other countries in South America speak Spanish, and I was able to visit a lot of them. And then, of course, English is my main language. Some of my hobbies are I love to write songs and play the guitar. I also love to garden, and I love to play sports. I have taught in many different schools for over 30 years. However, I've been at Glasgow at FCPS for 8 years. This is my 8th year. In college, I went to college in California in Santa Barbara, and I got my bachelor's degree and played volleyball and soccer varsity sports, and also went to UC Santa Barbara to get my 5th year teaching credential. So what we are learning in health and PE in 6th grade, how can we help your students learn? How can you help your students learn? Here's the things that I believe that the students learn the best. Creating strong habits and routines for learning. They are prepared and on time for class, extremely important. They make connections to the content that's being taught, the different units, content within those units. They are safe. They are in a safe and supportive environment. To be successful, students will need to try their very best, be engaged in class discussions and activities. That's really important. To complete all their work, get in on time, and regularly check their online learning platforms. And we're going to be talking about that in an upcoming slide as well. So what is the curriculum? What will your students learn this year? This is a list of units and major standards. It is possible that if we start resuming face-to-face classes, that this will change slightly. But for right now, the list units and major standards are expectations, rules, and routines. In other words, learning how to be ready to learn. Learning safety and injury prevention, in other words, staying safe. Learning cooperation and conflict resolution, getting along with others. Learning mental health and wellness, healthy minds. Disease prevention and health promotion, meaning healthy bodies. Physical activity, staying active. Nutrition, healthy eating. And then sleep, screen time, and goal setting, taking care of me, as in each student taking care of themselves. And then body systems, how my body moves. So some examples of that would be the circulatory system or the skeletal system. So we study some of the major body systems. So how do we grade and assess? We have formative assessments, which are checks for understanding during the learning process. We have summative assessments, which are judgments about what content and skills were learned by the student. And then other feedback about how your student is organized and behaving in school will be on the report card, including the asynchronous homework, which we do on Mondays. So that would cover that. We like to be as supportive as possible, of course. Blackboard is available 24/7. Blackboard will tell you what the office hours are, the syllabus, contact information, my email. There will be a lesson grid every week. And then you also have the Google Classroom platform, which is extremely important. We have a grid there and online resources. So those are the ways that we can support our students online. So how can you support your child as a parent? You need to ask, what are you learning in class? Show me your grid. It'd be really important to talk about the grid, the lesson grid during that week, but also what are you learning in class? It's okay to ask that every single day. And then homework, what assignments do you have to do? And what do you need to do to complete them? When are they due? Let's look at your grid together and figure that out. For supplies, even in health and PE, we're going to need pencils and pens, Glasgow Middle School agenda so they can keep track of everything there, binder with loose leaf paper or notebook, and then an FCPS on computer so that you will be there willing and able to learn virtually. So we're looking forward to a really terrific year. So I'm sure by now you've heard the Glasgow Middle School Panther Principles of Kindness, Commitment, and Safety. We constantly remind our students about that, and that will make us have a very successful year. So once again, welcome to Glasgow. It's great seeing your students, your children, and any questions, please contact us. Thank you so much.